Good afternoon, students. Today we'll start with the methods of a plane table surveying. And before going for the plane table surveying, one more important thing will be how to set your instrument onto the ground. What are the activities to be done while keeping your instrument onto the station? And then we'll go for the what are the methods of plane table surveying. Okay, so please let me know I'm visible clearly and my if yes, please raise your hands so that I can understand it. Okay, fine. Now, students, I will draw a sketch of a plane table which is having three legs and it will be containing a tripod stand. Now, when we will start with keeping the instrument onto the ground, we require to do few activities before starting actually the finding out the observations. Okay. So here I will take a section of the instrument to be kept onto the ground, and I am showing this line. This line will be the line of the plane table with a thickness. The thickness of the plane table is almost like your drawing table. And here I will draw a plan. In a plan, I will draw a plane table. So somewhere I will take a point. Now, before starting your instrument observations, first, first thing is more. First, this is the tripod stand we kept onto the ground. Tripod stand consists of the three legs. At the end of the leg, one end is having a sharp edges, which is to be kept anchored perfectly onto the ground so that there won't be any kind of disturbances. When we go for the methods, when we go for the observations, there won't be any kind of disturbance to the table. So make sure that tripod stand is firmly fixed onto the ground, into the ground. Next. Now, when the tripod stand is firmly fixed into the ground, check by your eyes whether that tripod stand is having incline or it is having a negligible incline surface. So this top of this tripod stand is having a ring. That ring will have attachment to the bottom of the board. A circular ring is there, and we have to revolve the table to fix it onto the tripod stand. So check the horizontality of your tripod stand before fixing up this table. Okay. Next step, fix up the plane table, and try to make it constant or firm. Try to make it constant or firm. Next. Now we have done the two steps. First step is keeping the tripod stand firmly onto the ground. Secondly, fixing the plane table on the tripod stand. Next is what? Next is we have to check. We have to check whether this plane table is exactly horizontal or not. Suppose this is my plane table. This is a drawing table which I will keep it on some say trapod stand. This duster is nothing but say a trapod stand. But when I fix it up, when I fix the table on a trapod stand, it will not be exactly horizontal. It may be inclined in one direction. It might be inclined in the another direction. For drawing a line, what we required? We required exactly a horizontal surface. We required a horizontal surface. So to check the horizontality, which instrument is used? I need the answer from your end, students. We have seen few instruments, all the instruments of plane table, in which we have seen one instrument which uses to find out or to check the verticality of the plane, horizontality of your plane table. Which is the instrument? Yes, students.
Spirit level.
Very good. It is a spirit level. Spirit level is nothing but a box. If I draw a plan of that spirit level, it is almost in the size of this particular duster, but it contains a glass on the top and a small slit which contains the spirit. Now this bubble of spirit will be exactly at the center when this instrument is kept on a horizontal platform. When this is kept on a horizontal platform. If suppose the bubble is not at the center, I will draw second figure. In the second figure, I will just deviate the bubble by few divisions. Suppose this is my first figure and suppose this is my second figure. I think it is not visible, so I will draw a bigger figure so that you can understand it. See, here I have drawn two figures. Whether it is visible, students? Figure A and figure B, whether it is visible? Please let me know.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Can you identify? Can you identify the difference of figure A and figure B? Students, can you identify the difference between the two figures?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In the first figure, the spirit is shown exactly at the center. In the second figure, spirit is deviated by few divisions, few units to the left side. Okay. So now, when I keep the spirit level on this particular plane table, suppose this is the plan of the plane table, and I will keep the spirit level on the plane table. So we required a position A. We wanted an ideal position of the spirit level as A. This means your table should be exactly horizontal, and the spirit level shows the spirit exactly at the center. Okay, but if you get the position number B or position number C, which is on the right side of your table, this bubble might be on the right side. So you have to do the adjustments. In the dumpy level, we have 3 foot screws to adjust the longitudinal bubble to bring it at the center. Here, in this plane table, we don't have any foot screws, but at the place of foot screws, we are having the 3 legs. Okay, so let us name this names of the legs as P, Q, and R. Okay. Now, when I keep the spirit level, suppose in the direction of Y, I will take 2 directions. One is the vertical direction, suppose y axis, and second is the second direction is x axis, suppose it is in this direction. So first I will keep the spirit level parallel to the y direction, and I will check the position of the bubble. If the bubble is not at the center or it is situation number B, what I will try to do is I will use one of the leg. I will use one of the leg, and I will try to rotate that leg in right, left, up, and down. Because we have to achieve the first situation. We have to achieve the situation number A, where spirit level will be exactly at the center, isn't it? To have your plane table exactly horizontal, we need spirit level bubble should be at the center of its run. How to achieve? How to achieve it? We are having 3 legs. Just move a single leg at a time. Single leg to be moved at one time and check the position of the bubble. Repeat the same step by using the first, second, and third leg. Try to bring the bubble at the center in one direction. Suppose we have done for y direction. Again, repeat the same steps, keeping your spirit level parallel to the second direction or perpendicular to the first direction. If it is in the y direction, keep it parallel to the x direction. Repeat the same steps to bring the spirit bubble at the center. How you can do it? Use a single leg, rotate that single leg in clockwise or anti-clockwise direction, right, left, up, and down. And by trying the particular activities, you may see the case number 1 or figure number 1. Yes, students, we understood how to adjust the spirit level, how to bring the bubble at the center. Please let me know, because whenever we will keep the plane table first time onto the ground, we have to do this activity. We have to bring the bubble at the center. We have to bring the horizontality of your plane table. Okay. So by using the foot screw, by using your legs, either one, second, or third, one leg at a time, just move it in a clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction, and try to achieve the ideal position of spirit level. Yes, students, please let me know. Are you getting my point, students? Okay, fine. So please note it down. Please note down, because this is the today's work assignment. I am not giving you any kind of literature, any kind of theory regarding setting the instrument onto the ground. Setting the instrument onto the ground. You have to understand it. You have to learn it from the lecture. And when I complete the lecture, I will tell you to write down the steps. To write down the steps of putting your instrument onto the ground. Okay. So this is the, you can say, the today's assignment. Write down the date of the assignment as 7th of October. Okay, fine. So in between the lectures, if you have any kind of doubts regarding the steps, you can interrupt me at any time, unmute yourself and ask me the question. Okay, so we have completed the step. Next, the table is exactly horizontal. Next step is, what will be the next step? We have to mark. We have to mark the north direction, because whenever we will go for any kind of a drawing sheet, whether it might be a plan, elevation, section, or any other reference drawing, we require a reference direction. We require a reference direction. So we will take north direction all the time as in our reference direction. Okay. Now to mark this north, to mark the north, we are having one instrument. Can anybody tell me the name of the instrument? We are having one instrument. Can anyone tell me the name of the instrument?
Rough compass.
Very good.
Rough compass.
It is trough compass. Okay. So I will draw a figure for the trough compass. Again, I will draw two figures. One will be the ideal position of your magnetic needle, and other we require the some adjustments. Sorry, I have shown the same figure, but I have to show the deviated metallic magnetic needle. So I will show it like this. See, students, here again I have drawn the two figure. First figure shows the ideal position of the compass. The needle is exactly at the center. Needle is exactly at the center. Figure A and figure B. Whether it is visible, students, clearly, whether both the figures are visible. Yes, Shivam, whether it is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, in the first figure, I have shown the magnetic needle. I will explain you what is trough compass. We have learned it in the previous lecture. Trough compass is one of the instruments which is rectangular in size, made up of metal, made up of non-magnetic metal. Because the needle which is at the center, it contains a magnetic metal, so it can attract towards the north and south pole. That's why the remaining parts are of non-magnetic metal. At the center, it is a magnetic needle which is pivoted at the center and it can freely rotate, so that it can show us the positions of north and south, exact positions of north and south. Now this is the second figure. In the second figure, the magnetic needle is not exactly with the 0 position. What is 0 position? It is the ideal position of your magnetic needle when it attracted towards exact or true north and true south. Okay, so the position 1 or position A can be expected when the trough compass is directed towards true north and true south. And second position is when you keep the trough compass on the table. Okay, so let us start. We will keep the trough compass on the plane table. So here I am taking this as the true north. This position is a true north. Okay, I am not knowing this true north where it is exactly. Okay, so what I will try to do is, first of all, I will keep the trough compass in such fashion, and I will try to find out the position of the needle. So here, what he will show, he is showing the deflected portion, deflected position. Means it is showing almost the figure number B. It is showing the figure number B. We require the first position A. So what I will do is, I will try to rotate. Let us say this is my trough compass. I have kept the trough compass is like this. I will try to rotate in a clockwise or anti-clockwise direction, either in right or either in a left side. Suppose I will rotate in the left side by observing the movement of magnetic needle. By observing the movement of magnetic needle. Okay, so suppose this is my position and I will try to rotate in one direction by keeping the eye on movement. So once I will attain this position of the magnetic compass or trough compass, I will get this situation like this. Once your needle is exactly at the center, without any kind of movement, that is the true position of your trough compass. Understood, students? It should be directed towards the true north. It should be directed towards true north. Then and then only there won't be any kind of movement of the magnetic needle. If it is not directing towards the exact north or south, it will show us the movement. It will not be constant at that position. Okay, so all the time we have to rotate the trough compass and try to achieve the exact position of a magnetic needle. Isn't it? You understood, students, how to mark the north by using the trough compass. This is the procedure or next step of plotting the north direction by using this trough compass. Please let me know, students, whether you have understood it clearly. We require to write the theoretical part of the point setting out the plane table. So whatever we are learning today, that should be in a theoretical format, and the word will be from your side. I am not giving you any kind of dictation or the PDF file of today's lecture. Let me see how students how many students have learned it correctly, and how many students can write whatever they have learned in their lecture. Okay, so this is, you can say, one kind of a small test to understand how our students, or what students they have learned, and how they can write the procedure in their own words. Okay, students. Okay, so we have marked the north direction. We have done the horizontality of my instrument. Next, shall I go to the next step? Do we have any doubts, students? Yes. Shall we go towards the next step? Please reply yes or no. It is hardly impossible to understand. Okay, I got one reply from. Okay. Sakshi, Samruddhi, Shivani, Sakshi also. Okay, so let us go towards the next step. Let us go towards the step number, we can say 3 or step number 4. Now next step is what? Suppose we are having, we have to mark 1 point on the plane table sheet. You have to mark a point. Suppose this is the plan of plane table. On a plane table, let us fix up the drawing sheet. Suppose this is the drawing sheet, and on the drawing sheet we have taken 1 point. On the drawing sheet, suppose somewhere we have taken a point. Suppose that point is capital A. That point is capital A. Now we require to transfer the point onto the drawing sheet to the ground. Okay, suppose this is the ground level, and I need to transfer the point on the drawing sheet to the ground surface. So can any student tell me which instrument is to be used?
U4.
Very good. We have to use the U4. Okay. So I will try to draw a U4, and suppose the point is over here. This is the point. So I will try to draw a rough sketch of a U4, which is showing the position of the point and transfer to the ground. This is the point A, and this is the thread which contains a hook. Okay. Now what is U4? U4 is nothing but a metal bent pipe in the shape of U. Metal bent pipe in the shape of U. One end is having sharp edge, which is on the drawing sheet, which is touching the point on the drawing sheet, and another end is having a thread. Another end is having a thread, and that thread contains a plumb bob, because that plumb bob will direct the point exactly onto the ground. So try to maintain the thread and the plumb bob constant. Due to some wind, due to the air, there might be some movement of your thread or of your plumb bob. So try to bring the plumb bob constant position, and when it get constant, mark the point onto the ground. That is your point A. Okay, this is nothing but the transfer of your point A onto the ground. You can do it in a reverse position. You can do in a reverse step. How? We can transfer the point from the ground to the drawing sheet also. Okay, same process is to be done. Suppose point A is there, we have to transfer it onto the ground. So try to adjust your U4 in such a way that the plumb bob exactly touches the point onto the ground. Once the plumb bob touch correctly the point onto the ground, and when it shows the constant position, try to mark the point onto the drawing sheet. Okay, so we can do it from both the sides. We can transfer the point onto the ground, sorry, point from drawing sheet to the ground, or we can transfer the ground point to the drawing sheet. Okay, so these are the steps to transfer the point from ground to the drawing sheet, from drawing sheet to the ground. The instrument name is U4. U4 with a plumb bob. U4 is a metal strip bent in the shape of U. One end is showing the point onto the ground, other end is having a thread. That thread is attached with a plumb bob. Plumb bob will represent the point onto the ground. Fine? Yes, students? Did you understood the steps to put when we put the instrument onto the ground? Please let me know any kind of doubts of today's topic, because you have to understand when we go on the field, when we go for the practicals, we have to know how to put the instrument onto the ground, how to set up that instrument, and before going for the observations, how to find out different activities to start the observation or to go for the methods of linking. Okay, so please let me know, do you require any other or repetition of the today's lecture, because today I wanted to just put the one lecture on the setting of the instrument, setting of the playing table onto the ground. In the next lecture, we will start with the methods of playing tables. So, yes, if any kind of doubts in the today's lecture, please let me know. Because you have to write the today's topic in your notebook and take a picture and send to my mail address. I will going to check. I will going to assess whatever I have told in the class picture. Only few students are giving me the answers in the kind of either assignments or the PDF format. Those who are sending me all the answers, definitely those students will be getting good marks, and definitely I assume that those students have understood that topic clearly without any kind of doubts. Okay, so yes, I'm here to explain. Do you require any other explanation of today's topic? Yes, one more accessory we require. One more step is remaining, which is suppose we are having 2 points. Suppose this is point A, suppose this is point B. We are having 2 points, point A and point B. And we wanted to plot point A and point B on a drawing sheet. Okay, so somewhere on the drawing sheet, I will take a point, say C. Somewhere on the drawing sheet, assume a point C. Let us transfer the point C onto the graph by using the U form. Next, now at point C, I wanted to observe the point A by using one instrument. By using one of the instrument. Can anybody tell me which instrument is there? I need a ray from point C to A or from point C to the B. Yes, which is the instrument? Students?
Plain LED.
Very good.
LED.
Very good, very good. Plain LED is one of the instrument. If you have looked at towards the plain LED, it is having a figure like a scale. You can see it is like a scale. One end is object when, other end is the observer's aim. Here we are having a horse here. A small thread is attached to the object end and at the observer's end a small slit. Small slit. And one end is beveled. Beveled means it is having the graduations. The length of this plain LED is 60 centimeter. 60 centimeter. So the scale is there. How to put it? Take this plain LED, the one end. Suppose I will name the end as say X and other end say Y. One end X touches the point C. One X end will touch the point C and end Y will be directing towards the either A or either B. So let us first of all bisect point A. So in the plan, the LED will be look like this. I will be taking an enlarged portion of LED, a broad surface of LED. So one corner of the LED is touching point C. Another end or another end will directing towards point A or point C. So the observer will be observing from this slit, through this slit. So one point is this slit, second is this horse here, and in the same point, we should have the point ranging rod at point A, because we are bisecting the point A. Did you understood? Suppose this is my plane table. This is my plane LED. Okay, so we don't have any other thing. One end is end X, where I am having a slit. So I am observing through the slit. Other end is having Y, which is having a horse here. So I will be observing from the slit to the horse here, and somewhere I should have a ranging rod in the same line. These three, 1, 2, and the ranging rod. These 3 points should be in a single straight line. If it is not in a single straight line, you can rotate it. You can just try to move it to bring a straight line. Once when it is in a single straight line, draw a ray. Draw a ray by using a pencil. On the same line, I will try to draw the ray to bisect the point B. I have drawn 2 rays. Now on this ray somewhere I have to identify point A. On suppose ray is C towards A somewhere. On this ray I am having one point C. What about the other point? How to identify the second point? Yes, anyone can tell me how to identify the point A on this ray? Yes, students. Now, what we have to do is we have transferred the point C onto the ground. We have to measure distance A to C and distance C to B. We have to measure A to C and C to B. Suppose A to C is 5 meter and C to B is say 7 meters. How to measure the distance, students? Which instrument is used to find out the distance?
Measuring tape.
Very good. Either measuring tape or metric chain can be used to find out to measure the distance. Okay. Now we have measured the distance, but as you can see, 5 meter and 7 meter cannot be plotted on the drawing sheet because the size of the drawing sheet very much small. So we will take a suitable scale. Suppose that scale is 1 meter onto the ground will be equal to 1 centimeter onto the paper. 1 meter onto the ground will be equal to 1 centimeter onto the paper. So 5 meter AC we have made a 5 meter. So 5 meter into the ground will be equal to how much?
5 centimeter.
Very good. So 5 meter will become 5 centimeter. 7 meter will become 7 centimeter. Okay. So from point C, measure 5 centimeter, mark the point small a, and from the point C on this ray C to B, measure 7 centimeter and mark the point B. And at the end, join AB. Join AB. Now we can measure whether we can cross check whether point A and point B representing the capital point A and capital point B onto the graph. Yes, students, how to cross check? Anyone? How to cross check whether we have drawn it correctly or not? Sakshi, Shivam.
They should be parallel.
Yeah. First is they should be parallel. Next, one more step for cross checking.
By measuring distance between A and B.
Very good. Very good. Let the point A and point B distance. Let us measure the small a to b by using a scale. Suppose that distance comes out to be 10 centimeters. Suppose that distance comes out to be 10 centimeters. So by converting 10 centimeter to the scale, what we require distance a to b? Yes, students. 10 meter, because 1 centimeter on the paper will be equal to 1 meter onto the ground, isn't it? You have taken the scale. 1 meter on ground will be equal to 1 centimeter on the paper. So 10 centimeter onto the paper will be equal to 10 meter onto the ground. So by this way, we can cross check. The whatever we have done, whether it is correct, whether we are going in a correct direction or not. Isn't it? Did you understand, students? So yes, today we have gone through the topic setting out the instrument on the field, in which we have used first the spirit level, second rough compass, then the U4 with a plumb bob, and finally we have used the playing element. I hope you have understood how to use all these four accessories for setting out the instrument. Okay, so let me know how many students have understood clearly how to use the four instruments for setting out the instrument. Okay,